How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Sodium Check where we at Rushdown Radio bring you all your salt checks and all the rage on the internet. I'm Anthony,
I'm Michael.
and today we are going to be talking about one of the saltier things that I think people deserve to be salty about, and that's patching in video games, specifically fighting games. But not just any patching. We're talking about like pre tournament patching, like 2, 3 days before tournament patching, or just the frequency of patches, whether it's either too slow or too fast in some cases, like Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah, because most recently at CEO, they made a patch 2 days before the actual tournament started, which they already had patched a week before. The patch was in response to, I guess, the performance from Sonic Fox's Tanya. Yeah, because her teleporter has been seen to be a little invincible in a lot of things.
Her teleports and her zoning game.
Yeah.
And if you haven't taken a look, just YouTube Sonic Fox and you will see the horror that is his Tanya.
Yeah. I mean, I played the exact same way he does, so I didn't see anything wrong with it. So.
Of course you didn't, because that's the way you play.
I mean, I just felt like that's what you're supposed to do.
I mean, that's how they designed the character. I won't say anything against that, but they could have done some things like, not make it so impossible to beat.
I mean, at some point, all you have to do eventually is just like work around a lot of the things that she has. I mean, she's not like OP. She just has a lot of gimmicks. That's mainly what it is.
I will agree. I will say that the obvious answer to that is to get good, but they're like, okay, so some people just can't find it within themselves to get good, so we have to make her bad.
Yeah. Not to mention the characters like Sub-Zero and Scorpion continue to get buffed every fucking week. But that's cool.
Man, are we having a live sodium check where you're getting a little salty?
I mean, I might be. I need to go to the hospital and get my blood pressure checked.
I mean, that'd be fine because I personally don't play Mortal Kombat enough to be salty about this. But you, as a seasoned Mortal Kombat X player since day one,
yeah.
What's your insight on this?
I think that characters like Sub-Zero, I mean, most of the ninja characters have been like every other week or so when there's a patch come out, they always get buffs for them, or they don't really do any type of adjustment to them. They're really characters like Ermac, and he's not ninja anymore, so he's part of other cast, I call them, and they keep nerfing them, and just like it just feels like they want certain characters to be better than what everybody else is, which doesn't make sense to me. Maybe because Sub-Zero's a popular character, so they want to make people happy. I think that's probably what it is.
With Tom Brady, because he keeps on trying to play that Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
What's working out for him?
And you got other games that like don't patch a game enough. Like, well, I think I can't really blame MVC3 because that was Marvel's thing doing for that. They couldn't really do much as far as patching because Marvel's like, we own the rights to this. Well, not even so much Marvel. It's more so Disney. Disney just didn't give a fuck anymore.
I'm gonna say Street Fighter, their patching is, I don't want to say inconsistent, but they wait for the whole community to say, hey, there's a big glaring problem here, and then that's when Capcom's like, I guess we'll do something about it.
Yeah.
Like when they rolled out Omega Mode and all those Infinites were just kind of sitting there for the longest time.
Those some good Infinites.
And then they were like, guess we can fix it. And this isn't to downplay the fact that patches are expensive or things like that. It's not to downplay that kind of thing. It's just some people would say that Capcom could do better with how fast or how slow they do things.
So as far as like their response to community outrage about a particular part of the game.
A particular part of the game they made such a huge deal about. As you recall, that was a huge deal for a while. Like they were, it's gonna be free. You're all gonna love it. Everyone's gonna love it. And
Gin happened.
Yeah.
The incident. The genocide.
And of course, on the other spectrum of that is NetherRealm, who seems to show that patches ain't nothing. And they can just roll them out when they feel like it.
Arbitrarily at that. Just
Man.
like I've never seen a game get patched 2 weeks like within each other, and these are major patches. These aren't like just a few things like gameplay things. No, these are huge balancing patches that come out, and that just changed the whole spectrum of the game, especially for a tournament where there's all this money at stake.
Now here's the question: do you think this many patches will start to kill the game?
Yes. Because if you're already training with a particular character and then they come around and patch the game like maybe twice a month, that just kills all of your like growth in the game. Because you have to continuously change your playstyle and move set and everything just to tailor it to whatever patches came out for the character. And then you got to get used to the new stuff they gave in other characters that might make them a lot better than what they were previously. So yes, I think this will kill the game eventually if they continue to go on this course of like overpatching this game.
I feel like this overpatching follows a pattern of NetherRealms where they have characters that are obviously better than others, and then they roll out the DLC characters, and they're drastically better than the other ones.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some instances, of course, where some of the DLC characters weren't really that great, Lobo. But then you have your Batgirls.
Man.
You have your Tanyas.
Man. Well, wait. Batgirl's a different.
Oh, that's a huge. Like Batgirl is a whole other beast in the game from NetherRealm.
Man, that grappling hook grabs all you need.
But NetherRealm, I feel as though isn't exactly a company that knows much about balance.
Yeah.
So I agree that if they don't learn that balance, then they're just gonna keep on having to patch the game again and again and again and again, and it might kill the scene.
Yeah, I can see that happening for this game. I mean, there's other games where I don't like how they patch, like Arc Sys Works does their patching for games, like how they did Blaze Blue, where you would get used to a particular combo and then a new patch comes out and then like that combo doesn't work anymore.
Oh,
they're notorious for that.
They are really bad about that. They really do put out game-changing patches. Like, oh, did this combo work for you and do like 40% damage? Oh, I'll do it again. Oh, what's that? You can't? Well,
that's too damn bad.
Get in the lab.
Get in the lab. Now, I've heard people say the same thing about Skullgirls, how they have like these major patches to make the game more consistent, like for more people to come into the game and like learn it. But I think in that case, it's not nearly as terrible as Blaze Blue is.
Well, they only really come out with a patch when a new character comes out.
Yeah, so at least you know ahead of time, like, hey, you got to learn some new stuff eventually. So at least you have a time frame to know, okay, this might need to start doing something different. Whereas you just don't even know the patch comes out. Like, NetherRealm is like, oh, it's a patch. Like, to surprise you with it.
In the next-gen systems, whether you know it or not, doesn't matter. It'll download. You'll come home one day and it's like, oh, new patch downloaded.
Really? Yep. You'll be like, what? Like, oh, what this patch is for?
Oh, you didn't want it? Oh, well, that's too bad.
And then those sparse patch notes they have online too, like when you go to the actual actual patch file, it doesn't even tell you that much stuff. It just tells you, oh, just game changes.
Improved gameplay.
Exactly. And then you go on shoryuken.com, shout out to them, and then you get this long patch notes. And you find like, oh, well, my game isn't the same. I just think that this type of thing doesn't really affect casuals that much because they probably wouldn't see all these like really big changes. For people who play the game hardcore, even especially the tournament players, this is a pretty big deal. If I'm trying to win, all this money, and then my character gets patched like a day before, that just ruins my chances of winning.
The one thing I think I want to leave with is NetherRealm needs to understand that when they make something good, people will flock to that thing that's good because people like to win.
Yes.
So in making a character, I think what needs to be considered is their skill set versus the skill set of what exists. Exactly. And maybe then, we won't need all these patches and things, and maybe the game will have longevity because people have more time to practice.
And get adjusted to these new changes and these new characters being added to it.
Maybe a patch every, 6 months?
That seems more fair. I mean, make sure the patches aren't in time with like a major tournament at least.
Oh, that's a
there's a nice little schedule of all the tournaments coming up. I mean, we want to be like, okay, we're gonna make a patch before this tournament comes up. I mean, they're in communications with these like tournament leaders and stuff, so they should be a little bit more,
Or make the patches optional.
Yeah, it could.
And one thing that our systems did actually, I really think is great, is when they did do patches, at least in the second series of the Blaze Blue series, they made it so that you can pick which edition you wanted to play. If you want to play version 1, you can play version 1. 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4. Each patch had its own like thing. Like now it's edition select in Street Fighter, but
Okay, that makes sense. That's
yeah.
actually a good feature. They should use that in NetherRealm for Mortal Kombat X. That would be a good idea. All right, guys, what do you think about the overpatching of MKX or just patches in general for fighting games? Do you think that they've done too many? I mean, what are your thoughts? Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe to our channel. Look at our Facebook page at facebook.com/Western Radio, and we'll see you next time for the Sodium Check. So get salty.